All right, welcome back to the channel. So this will be the second video today that I do where boxing meets the world of politics, the rest of the world. Pauli Malignaggi, I'm looking all over the place for him. I think he might have got muted by Showtime because he all of a sudden has stopped running his ignorant mouth about all the stuff that led up to what we're going through as a country and in the world right now. And that's related to Mr. Floyd. You know what I'm talking about. Let's chop it up in this video about that. All right, welcome back to the channel. So, Pauli Malignaggi, former champion of some division, some belt somewhere. I ain't gonna bother looking it up on the guy. I have that little respect for Pauli Malignaggi. Pauli Malignaggi is a Showtime commentator and a commentator on Sky Sports. Had for months and months and months been under fire by people in the black people in the boxing community who are fans of the sport of boxing, who have YouTube channels, listening to what Pauli Malignaggi's been saying, looking at what he's been doing, and have been very forward about the fact that they thought Pauli Malignaggi was behaving in a manner that might be reasonably labeled as racist. And after coronavirus popped up and nobody, can go to work and all this stuff goes on, Pauli Malignaggi, having the mentality that Pauli Malignaggi has, took to his Twitter, took to his Instagram with having conversations with people that were highly offensive. Highly offensive. So much so that people started, like myself and others, started making videos asking Showtime, why do you have this guy working for you, working with black fighters on a regular basis with the attitude that he has, but yet you keep him employed, you don't check anything that he does. And so when it got into the Corona deal, he started saying things like racism, our racism is just a figment in the imagination of black people. And oh, wow, if you guys would just change your approach and don't say it has anything to do with the color, with there being melanin in your skin, say that it's about the working class, and then you might get more people that would support you, right? The tone of his art, the patriarchal tone of his Instagram posts and of the things that the conversations he's going back were, to me, were like, I wouldn't say they're mind-boggling because I would expect it from Pauli Malignaggi. But specifically what I think is important about Pauli Malignaggi and how in a lot of ways Pauli Malignaggi this situation is symbolic for what a representative rather of what's the rest of this stuff going on, right? Look at the people who are out there doing the thing, doing a lot of the stuff that's going on, whether it be people that are, walking in neatly organized lines without a lot of drama, or people that are running around, taking objects and putting it through other people's property, doing all of that type of stuff. And you will notice that, and maybe you have a different percentage of it, I would say 80% of them look more like him than look like me. So when I'm looking at this, because I'm a cynic. Okay, I'm just going to tell you, I believe that the R word, I believe it's a disease, and I believe that it's not just any ordinary disease. It's not a disease like chicken pox. You know what I mean? You can get over chicken pox, right? It's not a disease like, it's not even a disease like, like whatever disease you want to name, dude, unless it is terminal, that's not what it is. It's like something that that you will not get rid of until you're gone. In our country, that's my personal belief in it, because I don't believe that it is something that infects other things, right? I thought my impression of it is that it is literally and figuratively the foundation of what we're talking of the institutions that we talk about. Now, certain amount of it within Europe itself, a lot of that was divided into classes. right? Where you have the turfs, you have the lords, where you have you have the working class, you have the merchants, and then you have, the peasants, and then you have the aristocracies, and you have the courtiers around them, right? You have the different levels of things in Europe that where you would see the oppression of people within Europe. But when that system went worldwide, it didn't go worldwide based on classism. It went worldwide based on this. Because everywhere on the planet outside of where they came from, everybody has this. And that was what the particular factor that was decided that worked the most effectively in the subjugation of people throughout the world of 3/4 of the world's population. So I do not necessarily believe that is some passing thing. I believe that it is the basic core bedrock of along with classism, that affects 99% of the people in the world today. So Pauli Malignaggi would admit to the portion that would affect him, right? The portion that would affect his parents, that would affect his neighbors, the part that is very, very real to him. But he was incredibly dismissive and disrespectful of the struggles of people that look like this. Now that we find ourselves like the last thing that I heard him talk about was in a conversation that he was having with a back and forth that he was having with another YouTube channel, a co-host on my show, Drew Titan, right? Where he was saying some of the stuff that I alluded to before. But when George hit, when the situation with Mr. Floyd hit, all of a sudden, not a word. Now you could say, for now, what's the significance of that? I wouldn't be surprised if Pauli Malignaggi wasn't the type of dude to be out there in the streets throwing stuff, claiming the name. And I'm not saying he's actually doing it. I'm saying that type of person is the same type of people that I'm seeing running around doing a bunch of stuff in the name, of the injustice that was suffered by that young man and by people that look like this. But yet really, they're really pushing on issues that they don't push on issues that might be along what Pauli Malignaggi was saying to begin, that Pauli Malignaggi was saying, or the point of view that Pauli Malignaggi has, which is why this whole thing is just so surreal. But at the same time, I'm very happy that Pauli Malignaggi shut up and stopped talking the way that he was talking, because he was coming across as if everything that people claim they're up in arms about, right? And when I'm saying they're upset about it, it's literally everywhere. It's in Utah, it's in Maine, it's in Austin, Texas, Dallas, Houston, Louisiana, it's in California. It's all over the place, right? All behind. And when all of these people now magically admit to the structural, and I won't even say systematic, structural nature of what we're talking about and what we're observing, but yet weren't saying anything until when? Well, I'm not saying they wouldn't say anything. A lot of people did say something, but what you find now is you find a perfect storm of stuff, right? You have people being out of work in a crazy amount. So people ain't got any money. The kids out there that would be in school aren't in school. So they don't have anything, anywhere to go, anything to do, except for brood, think, and get upset with the fact that the upper level people that got dished out $11 trillion for their own benefit. So now they're cool and everybody else is swimming around. The only thing that I really hope comes out of this for Pauli Malignaggi, though, is that Pauli Malignaggi learns to shut his mouth. Okay, I don't need Pauli Malignaggi to change his mind about anything. I just need, when you check yourself and what you're doing when you're talking about these boxers, because again, it all exists in every area of human activity. And it shouldn't have to be that somebody literally has to expire in front of your eyes for you to admit that there's something wrong. And then, because it should be enough that 30, 40 million black people have been saying it, who have been saying it in unison for a couple centuries, but he couldn't see it. I still don't believe that these people see it. I think they see an opportunity and that they're taking the opportunity. Now, so I would like to take an opportunity in the world of boxing that is most, that I focus on a day-to-day basis. Take your attitudes, take your snide comments, look at your tape, look at your tapes, find what they are, listen in the ear of somebody that might be thinking that what you are is what you are, and make a change, dude. Because, hey, dude, you don't have to love black fighters, you don't have to respect black fighters, but you can at least shut up and do your job. So I don't have to hear it coming out of your mouth because, dude, it's a dog whistle for everybody else. Like I said, that has been knowing that this has been a problem for their entire life, for their parents' entire life, for their grandparents' entire life, for their great-grandparents' entire life. Okay? It has been going on a long time and y'all ain't surprised at all, but shut your mouth, Paulie. And so I'm thinking that Showtime or somebody else like that told that dude to zip his lip. Whoever did it, thank you very much. It was definitely time for him to shut up. Anyway, so that's my take. I had to do that. It's like, I don't know how I can do boxing videos because boxing, like I said, that's why I won't get into the name of the channel. People on the Patreon know about that. But anyway, it is what it is. You let me know what you think in the comment section. And with that, I'm out. Peace.